On the matching portion of the test, it's your job to either factor the polynomial or expand the polynomial and figure out which standard form it matches with. In this case, this polynomial is starting in standard form, and so our job is to write it in factored form. This is a quadratic trinomial, and the a value is 1, so we're going to use simple quadratic factoring with this one, where we need to set up two parentheses and write our x's in front, because when we expand that out, that's where our x squared comes from. In this case, we're looking for two numbers that multiply to positive 20, but add to negative 9. And the only way to multiply to a positive number and add to a negative number is for both of our numbers to be negative. So I've already gone ahead and put the subtraction signs in there as well. Now I just have to figure out which number, or pair of numbers, I should use. And so I list out the factors of 20, and out of that list, the pair that would add to negative 9 is negative 4 and negative 5. So those are the numbers that I'm going to put into my factors, and that matches with letter E. On problem 7, our job is to expand this out to see which standard form it matches with. You can use the box method to do this, where you put 2x plus 1 on one side and x minus 4 on the other side. Fill in the area of the boxes, and then add the boxes together. In this case, we want to go ahead and combine these like terms. Negative 8x and positive x gives us negative 7x. And then we have minus 4 at the end. That matches with choice G on the matching. Problem 3, this one's again already written in factored form, and so we want to expand it out to see which standard form it matches with. We can just use arrows to distribute the 7x and find out that it goes with 7x squared minus 42x, which matches with letter B. If you prefer the box method for this, you can use that as well. Instead of a 2 by 2, it would be a 1 by 2. On problem 4, we're given a quadratic trinomial, and this time the a value is 3. So we're going to use the AC method to write this in factored form. First step of the AC method is to multiply a and c together. Then we need to figure out the factor pair for 30 that adds to positive 17. And so we'll list out the factor pairs of 30, and it looks like out of that list, positive 15 and positive 2 would add to positive 17. So we need to rewrite our expression, but we're going to take the 17x and split it apart into 15x and 2x. And now it's a polynomial that has 4 terms, which means we can factor by grouping. So we found the greatest common factor for the first group, which was 3x, greatest common factor for the second group, which was 2, and then we just have to find the greatest common factor one more time. In this case, it's x plus 5. That's the matching factor between those two terms. So that gives us our final answer of x plus 5 and 3x plus 2, which matches with letter H. Number 5, they give us a polynomial that has 4 terms, which means we can factor by grouping. So we'll split it into 2 groups and take out the greatest common factor for each group. And then once we get our result in the parentheses, it should match if it's factorable by grouping. It does. And so we'll use the greatest common factor one more time and pull out 3x minus 1. That gives us a final answer of 3x minus 1 times 2x squared plus 5, which matches with letter A.